The number one thing that's stopping you from success, or the number one thing that you're scared of, is what's stopping you from success. So it's probably something that you fear the most is what's going to lead to your greatest accomplishment. Think about that. That's a crazy quote. The thing that you fear the most is going to lead to your greatest accomplishment. All right, so you know what I want to talk about today? I want to talk about honesty. I want to talk about being honest with yourself. I want to talk about being honest with the people around you. I want to talk about just being truthful to really your inner core, because it's funny. We try to mask, all of us do it. I'm sorry. If you're going to say that you don't, you're lying. Because at the end of the day, we all are trying to just be better. I think as people, that's what we want to do. We all want to be better. We want to have more. We want to do more for our family. I think that's innate. I think that's a part of all of us as humans. But I think it's interesting how there's so many people out there that won't be honest with themselves about where maybe their issues lie, or where their downfalls are, or where their blind spots are. And that's where the most success, the most growth comes from, is admitting and learning what it is that you actually are deficient in, and understanding that those are your blind spots, and being comfortable with it, and not fighting back on it, and not balking on it. We all go through it periods of time, like, that's being human. So no one can be faulted for it, but we go through periods of time where we're not gaining traction on where we want to get to. Maybe we're not having the success that we want to have. Maybe we're not moving at the pace we want to move to. Well, if you look at what's going on around you, you can blame this, you can blame that, you can blame the person next to you. You can get mad at people around you for not supporting you, or doing things in the way that you think that they're supposed to do things for you. At the end of the day, what it comes down to, it's just yourself. You're the only person that controls any environment in which you're in. How you feel, how you act, how you react, how you progress forward. If you're happy, if you're sad, if you're mad, if you're angry, if you're depressed, if you're excited, all of these things come from just you. It has nothing to do with what's going on around you. Yeah, there's trauma and things that go on in people's lives, but it's how do you react to it? How do you look at it? Do you let it propel you forward into something greater? I mean, I've spoke about myself before, of all the things I've had gone on in my life, between my brother getting hit by a car, my daughter having cancer. I've mentioned these things a number of times. I've gone through other things in business and life and relationship levels too, that were traumatic and hard at times. Um, but it's something that we learn from. And I looked at it in, maybe not in the moment, but I looked at it and obviously now as a positive, in that it let me grow and progress into something else. And that's being honest. Like, look, honesty is the number one thing that I learned. And this was a great quote. We got it from Brian Carruthers recently here. The number one thing that's stopping you from success, or the number one thing that you're scared of, is what's stopping you from success. So it's probably something that you fear the most is what's going to lead to your greatest accomplishment. Think about that. That's a crazy quote. The thing that you fear the most is going to lead to your greatest accomplishment. And what that means is that you have to look inside and see, what am I scared of, or what am I not doing? What is it, something that I'm putting off because of maybe something that happened to me when I was a child, or maybe I don't have confidence in myself, or maybe I'm not feeling positive enough about how I'm going to handle this. Whatever the case may be, you have to figure out what that thing is, because I can't tell you, it's different for everybody. But I'll be honest with yourself, with me, why I talk to people and stuff like this. I love motivating people. I love sitting down. Anytime I sit down with anybody, I'm trying to problem solve and figure out what's going on. But one of the things that I fear the most is maybe just cold calling people. I was never somebody that did that. I'm very fearful of rejection from somebody on that level. I don't know why. It's just something that's there. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to stop myself from doing it, because I know that it's something that can lead to my greater. It's something that we probably have to do in our industry and in this business, right? In sales business, you probably need to cold call people. So it's something you have to do, right? It's a fear of mine, but you're gonna go after it. You're gonna go try to do it. You're gonna move past it, because you know what happens. I spoke about it in some of my prior videos too. The small steps that you take lead to it getting easier, lead to you then having greater, leads to you having more, because now all of a sudden it becomes something that you're accomplished at. And that, to me, is where all of the growth comes from, is just taking those steps forward, because the steps forward lead you down the path of where you're trying to get to. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was an interesting topic for you. I laid out some of my stuff to you. I want you to be honest with yourself and see where the fear is in you and know that that's where your greater is going to come from. And do me a huge favor. You know how I keep my energy going with this is you got to do me a huge favor and hit subscribe, follow my channel, go back and watch some of the other videos as well. I appreciate all the support. Give me a like, leave a comment on this if it's something that's interesting to you. And if you want to connect with me, my contact information is below. So if you're in the real estate business and you want to connect with me, even if you want to connect with me and you're not in the real estate business, I'd love to connect with you. My contact information is below, and I will talk to you soon.